Welcome to Vizcaya Museum and Garden. I hope everybody stay healthy and safe. My name is Axel Cahiz, and the Orchid Curator of Vizcaya Museum and Garden. I'm the one in charge of taking care of all the orchids here. Here at Vizcaya you have around 2,000 orchids in the greenhouse, plus many more outside in the trees. That means some are Florida native or Florida species, other ones are orchids that we have attached to the trees and they're being climatized to those trees. One thing I want to make sure that is whenever we attach an orchid to a tree, I'll make sure that it's not close to any orchid species, so it will not affect the natural habitat from Florida. Today I'm going to give you a backstage tour of the greenhouses. Here in Vizcaya we have two greenhouses. One is for the bandas, other one is for everything else. The reason we separate the bandas from everything else, bandas require much water than the rest of the plants. We water our orchids or bandas orchids here twice a day, pretty much every day of the week. The reason that is so they have a lot of water and they love it. They love to grow with water. I always recommend to water bandas at least once a day. But we do water here twice a day. Now, everything else, all the orchids here, we tend to water 3 times a week. Now, here in Vizcaya, we have a greenhouse. The greenhouse is made of a screen and then a plastic on the top. The reason that is to prevent the sun to come in. We wanna control the amount of light that comes in. If we have too much light, what's gonna happen is you wanna burn the leaf. So you wanna make sure that you have very little light, not very little light, a good amount of light for them to grow and bloom and grow. Now, here in Vizcaya, we're growing 2 specific collections. One is a Camellia species and Chinocha species. We are really concentrating to grow those 2 collections. Now, the Camellia species are mostly from Central America towards the part of South America. Chinocha species are more the south part of Central America, all pretty much a little more towards south towards Peru and Ecuador. That's how far they go. Yes. Now, these are Chinocha orchids. It's also called a cigar orchid. The reason that is because of the shape of the bulb is like a cigar. Now, these are a little more, this one of our collection plants that we've grown over here, this is a little more tricky to grow this plant. Now, these are Camellia orchids. This is one that is one of my favorite orchids. The reason that is from Venezuela, my home country, and it's also because of the color. It's a white and purple, which is not very common. This plant tends to bloom once a year and it's a very beautiful fragrance. This plant in the nature, it grows around the Orinoco River in the Amazon part of Venezuela. It's a very plant and very beautiful. Also, sometimes people consider the black orchid because of the purple one is such a dark color that it's considered, people think it's black. Now, here in Vizcaya, like I was saying before, we have different type of orchids. We also have some Phalaenopsis, some Oncidiums, Bandas, Camerophyllus, a little bit of everything. And these are Phalaenopsis orchids. These are the most common ones that you want to come across in the street. I also call them moth orchids. Now, these orchids are very easy to take care of, so don't panic if the plant is not doing that well. Mostly the water for the orchids, I recommend 3 times a week. But the secret is stick your fingers wet, do not water the plant. You wanna also make sure the plant is on the dry side, not too much dry, but on the dry side. Also, you wanna make sure that the water doesn't get stuck in the eye of the orchid, where the leaves are growing. water gets stuck over there, sometimes what's going to happen is they're going to get crowned all brown eye, which means the top leaf will start rotting. The plant won't die, but it's not going to look that pretty. Now, here is an Oncidium orchid. Oncidium orchids, this is also called chocolate orchids because of the smell of the orchid. It's a very fragrant. In the orchid family, you have pretty much all the fragrances you can imagine. You know, they are very fragrant. Some are very fragrant, some are not that fragrant at all. Some they are not fragrant whatsoever. So it depends what you like. Now, this is like I was saying. Here we have some species that we grow in some florist species that we grow on the trees. You know, they're being here forever. Or I don't want to say forever, for a very long time. And they're doing fantastic here. We're trying to preserve and conserve those plants as much as possible. Yeah.
Okay. So now we're gonna kick into the question and answer portion of our little tour. We have some questions that people have submitted on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, through different posts. So let's start with, what is your favorite orchid?
One of my favorite orchids is the one that I showed you before. It's a Cattleya violacea. It's a species from Venezuela, again from my home country. You know, but what I like is just the shape of the flower and the fragrance. It's such an intoxicating fragrance that will. I wish everybody could smell it. I want to smell it in the morning. They are fragrant mostly in the morning. Now, this is I love this type of this orchid because again it's from my home country. It's very rare, and I've been doing, and it's something that is not as easy to grow. That's what I like it so much.
Okay. Another question we got on Instagram is there such a thing as an orchid that is poisonous?
Yes, the most poisonous orchids is the one that is poisonous to your wallet. That's a poison. That's the danger of the orchid. Some orchids are very expensive, others are very cheap. So I always recommend that people that start growing orchids, the new beginners, don't go buy yourself something expensive. Start with something basic like a phalaenopsis. Then you can grow to the next level, and then eventually you can say like, okay, I want to buy expensive orchids. But I always recommend trying to something basic, you know. But yes, the only poisonous one is to your wallet. That's the only poisonous that you have.
Okay, great. So if I am a beginner with orchids, what is your number one tip? What do I need to focus on?
Water. Water is very important. You want to make sure that you water the plants properly. Not too much water, not too little water. Sometimes too little water will be the best of two evils. So definitely not too much water. You should water your orchid at least 3 times a week, 2 or 3 times a week, with a 6 ounce of plastic cup. That will be the best way. Now, if you're suspecting it's too much water, just put your finger on the pot, and touch the medium. If the medium is wet, then do not water the plant. Just let it dry. Orchids, what they love is to be watered and then dry, you know, and then water again before you water. They love to be drying period. Mostly all the orchids. The vandas, no, vandas you can water pretty much every day, so there's no escape to that.
Great. Charlotte Dawn asks, what is the best way to attach an orchid to a tree?
The best way to attach orchid to a tree, first, find your favorite tree. A tree that two things that you like it, and you will see enjoy. Second of all, once you find your favorite tree, what you do, you pick the orchid, you mount it, and you put some sphagnum moss. The sphagnum moss is a material that tends to hold a lot of the water. So what do? You put the sphagnum moss, you make the tree, the sphagnum moss on the orchid top, and then you tie it up with tie wraps. Tie wraps, electrician tie wraps, always use a clear one. The reason that is, the clear one will break with the light. So if you forget to cut it, it's gonna break by itself. So don't worry about it. Do not use wires. The reason that I don't like to use wires, because the problem with wires, it doesn't break that easily. So when the tree starts growing, either you're gonna cut the tree or you're gonna cut the orchid. So I would recommend that you can use nylon, twig, you can use anything but metal.
Okay. Another question that we got is, can I grow or keep my plant indoors?
Yes, you can grow orchids indoors without any problem. The best way is put it next to a window, eastern part of the house, so you get the morning light. You can put it in the kitchen, in the bathroom, so you get the humidity. But yes, you can grow indoors. Another thing is you can put a saucer with some gravel and water. The reason why the gravel is because you don't want the plant to touch the water. You want the plant to be above the water. So you get the humidity. So you don't have to put that much water. Another thing is try to avoid heater and air conditioner, because they tend to dehydrate the plants faster.
Okay. Very good. Another question that we got on our last live: if I have a plant inside that I want to take outside, is there a special process for that?
No special process. The only thing is I'll recommend just to find a location that you want the plant. A good location will be an area that is not that bright, so the plant won't get shocked and sunburn, and also protected from the rain. In case you put outside in the rainy season, then you want to make sure the plant doesn't get wet every day. At least let the plant dry up a little bit.
Okay. Rachel is asking live if we have any ideas for how to separate an orchid that has gotten very large and has many buds.
Okay, first you want to avoid. You don't want to do anything until the plant finishes blooming. When the plant finishes blooming, then you can separate it. Another thing is, depending on the orchid, let's say for example it's like a cattleya, then you count. Let me get one. Okay. Let's say for example you get a cattleya, and you want to divide it. Then you want to count 3 bulbs. These are the bulbs. You want to count 3 bulbs for new division. And then for example here will be the division, so you get like a more than 3, minimum 3. You can cut it right here and just attach it to the plant. You're gonna lose some root system, so don't feel bad about that. Another thing is, every time that you repot the plant, that you divide your plant, you want to make sure that you cut all the dead roots and you clean up the plant. Sometimes you're gonna be left without any root system. Don't feel bad. Just lay it on your bench where you have your orchids. Just let the plant come back. Once you see new roots coming out, you can plant it.
Okay. Our last question: what do you do if your bloom dies?
If the bloom dies, I would recommend to cut the spike as close as you can to the plant, especially on Phalaenopsis. The problem in Phalaenopsis is, if you don't cut the spike, they're going to throw a secondary spike, and the flower won't be that strong. So you want to make sure that the plant rests before you cut it. You want to, before the next blooming season, the plant has some rest. What's going to happen is the flowers won't be that big. So you want to make sure, okay, it's already done. Cut as close as you can to the plant. Just let it be.
Okay. You want to tell them?